Just what do you wish for this world? What will you bring unto its denizens?
Apple!
I want people to have another chance. A chance for them to right the wrongs born of their fallible spirits. To give those who dream of flying the time they need to rest their wings. So that in their strength, their weakness, their cruelty, their kindness,
Let him cook.
these perfect humans will one day stretch their wings toward the horizon.
Make your dream a reality, young Imperium.
That was a lot of words that didn't mean much. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Silver Flame!
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. He had that one power he couldn't control that could burn away demons and turn them back to humans. Silver Flame. If he can spread that over the whole world, he would just get rid of demons in one swoop. Now, he had a hole in the back of his pants for his tail. So is his butt hanging out? Is Dial just mooning the whole crew right now? Did Kamawana get a good voice back? Rokuro's sword was made from a demon. What if it just suddenly turned into like this fleshy, oozing, gross mess?
The Dragon of Light. Good grief. Velvet's recklessness rubbed off on him. Hasn't it, Laphicet? Huh?
So is Eleanor now a vessel for a dragon?
Is that really Laphicet? But how?
That is his Empyrean form. It's also proof of his determination.
Like an oath? Yes. Do I frighten you now, Eleanor? Not at all. You've matured into a fine man.
So was that flame your true power as an Empyrean?
Demons. Malevolence. Did that fire get rid of it all?
No. I'm still very much a demon.
The silver flame has the power to cleanse a soul of its malevolence and change a demon back into a human. But it doesn't have the power to change people's hearts. It just gives them another chance at life. Isn't that right?
Sorry. Looks like my sins run too deep to fix.
That's fine. It's a part of who you are, Rokuro.
We love you for the mass serial killer
You're
you
still a
are, Roro.
softie, aren't you?
Well, that's just great.
Huh?
Most of the exorcists are wiped out, but the evil and chaos in people's hearts lives on. Gonna be tough going from here on out, folks. Yes, it will. Even still. Humanity will never lose its hope.
Doesn't Maggie Lou owe Velvet a gazillion gold now?
Well said!
The Malakim have free will again. Some may even lend you their aid to help create this ideal future of yours.
I will spread the word. This world is now under the protection of the Empyrean.
Oh, we're at the front of that temple thing.
Would you mind not calling me that? I don't think it really fits who I am now. I guess you're right. That was Velvet's name for you.
Okay, what should we call you then?
Call me by the name Eleanor gave me. One who lives. That's what Laphicet means. Translated into the ancient language.
Laffy said that name is terrible. Also, my god, his pecs.
It's now Tellus.
Oh my gosh. All right. We finished it. After being asked to try this game out for 2 hours, we played it for 42 hours and 20 minutes. We finished it. I gotta say, I did not foresee the ending that Laphicet would turn into Godzilla, and I did not foresee the ending that Ether, Laphicet, and Velvet would devour one another in a loop for eternity. Oh, look at that picture. It's a what could have been. It's the child was born, they're a family, and the two of them are going out adventuring. Ah, that's like seeing Darth Vader, but with kids. What's the next JRPG? Probably not jumping into another JRPG for a while. Alright, so I'm guessing in Zestiria, 1,000 years later, Laphicet's still just chilling as a dragon or something? And keeping demons in check? Not a story the mods would tell you. In that, the Shepherd is an actually good game, not like in this game. Well, I mean, the Shepherd wouldn't be Artorias, would it? It's 1,000 years later, and he just got stabbed in the chest. The spider. I sent you Tales of Zestiria anime, it's worth watching. I don't know when I'll get to it, dude. I don't know when I'll get to it. Was this or AC Valhalla longer? Valhalla was longer. Valhalla on my second channel was... Hang on a second. Let's see, Berseria is going to be 80-something episodes total. Valhalla was 154 episodes total. Each episode, 30 minutes. It's like 40 hours versus Valhalla was almost 80. Yeah, almost twice as long. So is Eleanor a vessel for a dragon now? Or did that connection get broken? Oh, look, there's Eisen and Eifried in the background. Eifried is this is if Eifried lived, what could have been. Eifried's alive. Technically, I think she is. So she has to keep herself in check, or else the Empyrean would turn into an evil dragon. Rokuro and... Is that his brother? Sharing drinks in the background? They're two swords. So this whole thing is like what could have been if no one was trying to kill each other the whole time. Why are there two naked people floating? They're kind of in purgatory. And they're dreaming of, like, what could have been. Oh, the brother-sister exorcist that we killed. And there's Eleanor. So they survive in this. I have no words. Yeah, it's a lot of information, but basically if you just kind of they're fighting over which way to go. It's kind of like they're both alive, but they're having to constantly like absorb power from each other to keep each other in check, and it's making like an infinite loop, so they have to just stay there like that forever or the world is at risk. And they're dreaming of what could have been, and you're seeing like kind of artwork of like what if this happened. Hey, there's Grimoire. Wait, oh, it's the shop that sold the Grimoire dolls, and that's the real Grimoire in the background. Because that one shopkeep thought that Grimoire was a god, and it's just a cat. The Rhino Stagros beetle that Laphicet 2.0 found. Ended up being a Therian. I still wish he'd pulled that out at some point. He had that in his pocket all the way up until he turned into an Empyrean. Is he an Empyrean dragon with a fanny pouch that has a Therian Rhino Stagros beetle in it? He never pulled that out of his pocket. We didn't see it get hit by the silver flame either. We saw the bird. I don't think we saw the dogs get cleansed either. We saw the bird, Kamawana, the mom, Dial. Aurora Borealis type thing. Bare booty Dial. Yeah. That would have been funny if he was like, oh, I'm human, and then the camera swings around, just shows his cheeks. Also, wait a minute. If all the Therians turned back to human, then when he sent out the silver flame, why didn't Velvet turn back to human? And then she wouldn't have been able to devour him anymore, and then it would have broken the cycle, wouldn't it? Is it because her sins ran too deep like Rokuro's? Two Laphicets in one picture. I mean, she only killed a few hundred people. Can't see She-Will's hearts. Oh, it's her friend that wanted to learn how to make a quiche. And then the two Laphies are in the background doing their thing. Notice how the kid has the same hair as number 2. Yeah, he's got the loopy. The Empyreans at the end had the voices of those who were sacrificed to awake them. Did they? That's actually really cool. I didn't pick up on that. Oh, here he is grown up. Oh, he stayed the same height in the time that he got older. Dude, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that section of it with the VOD. I did not realize that it used the same voices as the sacrificed people.
This is not the end of chaos. It is the beginning. Mankind will go on fighting without
you. Was that his sword and his brother's sword? Because I thought he left his brother's sword behind. They can't see him. I was half expecting him to like be helping carrying boxes and everybody else would just see the boxes floating along or something. Because he can interact with physical objects. It'd be so much easier if they were like, hey guys, and you here? And then he just writes with a pen and paper. Yup, what's up? But that makes too much sense.
For every laugh, there will be tears.
She's gonna be my wife. No, she's gonna be my wife. Stop it, both of you. I already have 40 husbands. I cannot possibly have more. Oh, it's Camoana human form. Dial, Snake Mama,
But the hate they may embrace
leader of the
will be
Shadow
matched
Guild.
by love.
Bienfu was snoring on the ground.
This world is cruel and unforgiving.
Hey, come on.
Even the gods themselves don't know what the future will bring.
She's thinking about her teacher who wouldn't step on flowers. I was hoping for a second his hat would fall off. It's never shown what's under his hat. They asked him once and he refused.
In humanity, both strong and weak. In humanity, both fearsome and kind. The day will finally come when your dream becomes reality. Until then, I will kindle a flame within me, burning strong and bright. And I will live!
I feel like he's gonna end up with like a whole bunch of worshippers, like a whole church making him their religion or something. If he's just sitting there, chilling, being Dragon God. Congratulations on completing the game. You can now save your data and later load it to continue playing from just before the final battle. Additionally, New Game Plus is now available from the title screen. Selecting this option will allow you to start the game anew using your completed game data. Would you like to save your data? Sure. Return to title screen. Yes. New Game Plus next. Let's go. No. Honestly, the timing worked out perfectly because it's 1 o'clock. Yeah, we just beat the game. So the timing was perfect. All right. That was pretty cool. Give me a couple more minutes. I'm wrapping up. All right, so final thoughts. This was my first JRPG, I guess, if you don't count Doki Doki Literature Club, which was more of a psychological horror. Stop it. So, you know what? Hold on. This is freaking blinding. Let me go back to the, let me go back to see. So, final thoughts. All right. I've never played anything like this before. I would say definitely at the beginning, I was just kind of going through the motions, you know? And then it started to grow on me later on, especially when I started trying out the other characters. I really didn't like playing Velvet in combat. I didn't like her combat abilities. I liked pretty much everyone except Magilo and... Oh, sorry, everyone except Velvet and Rokuro I like to play in combat. The game itself was pretty cool. Like I said, it grew on me a lot by the end. I was invested in it by the end. It took a while to get there. Some negative things. At the beginning of the game, it gave you like 40 moves. Like right out the gate. If it wasn't for the... Like, I'm very appreciative that chat showed me that you can change the combat to just spam click a button and it'll try to use the best move for the situation. That made it so much more bearable. It was way, way too much before that. Also, everyone screaming their attack names like four times per second. It was kind of funny, but it got old really quickly after 42 hours of that. So I really would have liked if you could have turned down the frequency of that. Like, just yell your ultimates or something. Like, I love Dragon Ball Z, Kamehameha, and all that stuff as much as the next person, but it was just non-stop. All the time. And that got really old. Like, if I were to ever play another JRPG, I would want to know if you could turn that down so it was just less off. Yeah, deception, 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 just constantly. So that was kind of old. So, you know, there was that, the combat thing. There was a lot of subsystems in the game that seemed completely over the top and unnecessary. Like, I was doing the mastery system. You equip an item for a while, you eventually master it, and you gain a skill from having used that item for long enough, and then you swap to another item. And so I never wanted to upgrade my gear with the upgrade system, because once I mastered it, I needed to equip something else. And so I literally went through the whole game constantly mastering different items and never mastered them all, so I never felt like I should upgrade my stuff. So I did not use the upgrade system ever. Ever. The cooking system, I basically just used it for a full heal out of combat when I needed a full heal. That's it. And that's fine. But it definitely seemed like there was just like so much more that you could have done with it, but it also seemed really unnecessary. Maybe it's more required in New Game Plus or something like that. It's mostly a thing of Tales of, not typical in JRPGs. You should make a channel redeem to sign our profiles on Steam. Sign your profiles? I don't even know what that means. Praise Chip. Yes, Chip is meowing in the other room. But, okay, so yeah. I had a few negative things to say about the game. Overall, though, it was pretty enjoyable. I probably would have never tried this if it wasn't for Shugo sponsoring it. I admit that. It did grow on me, and I enjoyed it by the end. Definitely not ready to dive into another JRPG immediately after. Shugo apparently linked me a Tales of Zestiria anime. Maybe I'll binge that and see what happens after this. I'm invested in the characters, so I don't really want to meet new characters. I'm more interested in seeing what happens to the people of this story. Like, the immortal people, Aizen and Rokuro. Like, I'm curious if they're, have a big part in the next thing, or if they're just, like, background characters. But yeah, that's it. That was Tales of Berseria. Thank you guys for joining me for this. We will be starting another game for the morning stream on Thursday morning. I've got a lot of possible options. I'll let you guys know by then what it's going to be. But with that, you guys have been wonderful, and I am going to wrap it up here.